Hello, Libra, and welcome back to the Souls and Stardust podcast channel. I'm Shannon, one half of the Souls and Stardust podcast. I'm going to be doing a reading for you today for October. So it's your birthday month, and for you September Libras, happy birthday already. For you October Libras, your birthday's coming up. I'm a Libra, so I'm super excited. I'm going to be reading for you today using lots of different decks, two of which Mio and I have created, and there will be a link in our bio or in our description if you are interested in reserving one of your own copies of our decks. So without further ado, we've got some messages that are popping up for Libra already. So I'm going to read first from Wisdom of the Oracle. Okay, here we go. Ooh, okay. All right, Libra, we got some stuff to talk about here. So first we've got Go the Distance. And this is a card about having to be resilient and keep pushing forward, especially in what feels like a harsh environment or less than desirable circumstances. So we're going to read more about that card in a moment. Time to Go. This card in the upright is about needing to say goodbye and to walk away from something, like things have finished. In the reverse, though, this is us being challenged in a specific way of like hanging on. So we'll get into that a little bit more. And here we go, exchanging gifts. This card is about equal exchange of energy, of resources, of attention, whatever. In the reverse, it means we are failing to see how perhaps we are giving too much and not receiving at all, or being taken advantage of. So we're going to dig into that and see what presents. So of course, whenever you come across this message, it's timeless, energy is fluid. So take what resonates and leave the rest, but stick around for the whole reading because some of the messages may really resonate for you, while some of it may be for someone else. So card number 1, Going the Distance. This is about endurance. It's also about strength and really being resilient over the long haul. This is us needing to understand that when we want to bring a dream into life, we have to really think long term. We can't be impatient. We have to think about each step that we take in our pathway toward this dream and bringing it to fruition. And that means there's going to be ebbing and flowing. There's going to be fluctuations in the energy. There are going to be times when we feel really, really disappointed. But this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So this is a card that's reminding us that whatever we're stepping into or whatever we're in October right now, this is about finding our strength, our fortitude to carry us all the way through, remaining true to ourselves. Like, what is it that you want and need? What is it that honors your soul's calling, your truth, your happiness, your personal will? Libra, it's time to get very, very clear with yourself about what it is that you need and how you need to move forward in order to ensure that you are honoring that for yourself. No more people pleasing, no more choosing to keep other people happy while you suffer silently, if that's the case, or while you forego or compromise what's best for you. In terms of relationships, you're either in or calling in something that is harmonious, that will stand the test of time, but you have to ride the ups and downs right now. This is about, going through things that are difficult, as well as experiencing the happiness. But it doesn't, like, harmony doesn't always mean that there will never be challenge in a relationship. So this could be a time where you're really forging through something that feels difficult or disharmonious, something that doesn't feel very comfortable at the moment. But this is about getting very real with yourself about how to rewrite the story and move through it in a way that it does bring harmony, that it does honor what you want and what you need, and that you are being authentic in the expression of that. So this is about listening to your heart and honoring what's there, but being resilient and strong in that process. Time to Go Boy, in the reverse, this card, this is really about what we feel like we have been perhaps holding on to for too long. Perhaps too that if we think that we have reached the end of the line on something, but maybe it's not the end of the line. So maybe we've been gripping too tightly to a certain outcome without the opportunity, which like narrows our field of vision for what else is possible. So tunnel vision in a situation. So this could be, Libra, that you're in a situation that actually resurfaces again later. So we're doing some repeating of lessons. We're in that ebb right now rather than that flow. And consider this a time to really stop and reflect rather than seeing it as an ending entirely. It may be that there's something else that you have to learn from this that hasn't occurred to you yet. Some lesson that you have to absorb or some nugget of wisdom that hasn't presented itself yet to you. And really, you lose nothing and gain everything when you surrender to the possibility that there might be more to learn from this situation and that you can be patient. So going the distance is about being in it for the long haul. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint. And that requires dedication, consistency, and patience and observation. Your soul knows that everything is unfolding the way that it needs to for you. And this card references destiny, and we are coming into an eclipse season. The first eclipse is in Libra. This is big stuff for us, Libra. Like, this is a whole rewriting of everything that we know to be true right now, inside of us and externally. So when we surrender and allow the universe to show us the way through that, we can't help but experience what is meant for us. It's when we try to control the outcomes that we experience the resistance, and then that becomes really uncomfortable and painful. But man, during this eclipse window, whatever is going to happen, like destiny-wise, is going to happen, and there's nothing we're going to be able to do about it. So the only thing we can do is really surrender to it. Everything is happening in perfect timing and synchronicity. So our small self could be doubting things right now, but what we have to do is we have to allow our soul to speak through us, knowing that we can just allow our best and highest good to come to us, to our body, mind, and to our spirit, and knowing that spirit has our back. This card, though, is saying that while we think we've reached the end, there's still something left. Like, there's still something we have to learn from this situation. And perhaps it has to do with the exchange of gifts, in equal exchange of gifts. Perhaps we're going to see what this card has to say for us. It is really in the upright, it's about equal exchanges. In the reverse, this is also about how we need to examine how might we have been giving too much and not receiving, over giving, somebody allowing someone to take from us, or maybe we're taking too much. Whatever it is, there's an imbalance in the exchange of resources, attention, energy that's happening. We have to make sure that we're honoring ourselves in this. But this is also, be careful what you ask for or pray for, because when you get it, you might not be ready to face the hefty price tag that comes along with it. So perhaps you're trying to manifest something really, really big, or a different outcome than what you're in now, a different situation than what you're in now, but thinking that if I just had this, it'll all be better. Well, are you prepared for what it's going to be like when you do have that? Like, say you're trying to manifest a huge amount of money. Are you prepared for all the responsibility that comes with that? The taxes, the investing, the protecting yourself from the people who want every little bit of that from you. Can you manage it properly? So that's just one example. If you're trying to manifest liberation or freedom or independence, are you prepared to actually do what you need to do to work through that and move through that independence in a responsible way. All things to consider, like, are you ready to be alone, Libra, or if that's what you're manifesting? I could go on with all sorts of examples. So this is a card about, be careful what you're wishing for, be careful what you're praying for. Are you ready? Have you thought about everything? Do you feel like you're ready to take on the responsibility of those things that you're trying to manifest? And also, another aspect is, how might you be in a codependent situation where you're giving, and not receiving? And that gives you a false sense of security, right? If I just do this for them, then they'll stay, or I'll get what I need. And that's not necessarily true. So Libra, you've got some things to be thinking about, it seems like, for the month of October. I'm going to actually pull a couple cards from your girlfriend's No BS Love Oracle. We'll see what's going on with some relationship stuff. Not necessarily love, but it can be love. Could be like business relationships, whatever. So what does Libra need to know for October? Ooh. Okay, here we go, Libra. Some connections aren't meant to be forever. That's okay. It seems like for some of you that I'm reading for, we're reading about endings. Like some of you are contemplating some big endings in love, in career, lots of switcheroos happening. In fact, I was just reading about the current astrology and how it will be affecting Libra. And a lot of Libras will be switching up careers, will be getting out of relationships that no longer serve them, entering into a brand new world for themselves. And that's exciting, but it's also, are we prepared for that? And what lessons do we need to learn before we step into that? Okay, what else does Libra need to know? So some connections aren't meant to be forever. What else does Libra need to know about this situation? Okay, for some of you, wow, okay, for some of you, you're calling in something new. This love defies explanation, and that's really, really beautiful. And perhaps for some of you who are in something that does feel good, but you're in a challenging spot, ask yourself, what is this teaching me about me right now? Instead of like turning tail and running, what do I need to understand about this challenge and what it's bringing up in me? And is this because I have some patterns I need to heal, or I need to talk to this other person about the patterns that we have together that seem codependent, where there's not an equal exchange? Are you, Libra, talking about what you need, or are you hoping that they'll read your mind? And just know that can happen for a lot of us Libras. So one more card for Libra, please. This time right now is really about speaking about what's true for you. Here we go. Guarded hearts, there's fear of vulnerability here. Ask yourself what you're afraid of. Ask yourself, what is the worst that can happen if I'm honest and truthful and authentic and vulnerable? What's the worst that can happen? That you'll speak your truth and maybe they won't like it, okay? What do you really have to lose here? If you being vulnerable and open and speaking your truth means that they don't stick around, then you are hiding yourself in order to keep them, okay? And then that's not going to be fulfilling. So Libra, here we go. We got to speak up. We got to be brave. We're going to ask our quickies deck for some more insight. What else does Libra need to know? Okay, not feeling it. That could be the connection's not lasting forever, for sure. And some of you just may not be feeling it because it's difficult right now. For some of you, we got the Of Course card, so that's an affirmative about, I think, perhaps the love that defies explanation. So that's an affirmative. Oh, here we go. Shit or get off the pot. All right, Libra, you have to make some choices here. I do feel this energy very strongly. I really, really, really do. Like, it is a time of making choices. It's a time of being really honest with ourselves and true to ourselves, and understanding that we have been probably, to a certain extent, foregoing our wants, needs, desires, contentment in order to do, quote unquote, the right thing. The Chariot, we are moving forward. This is a major arcana for Cancer. I'm a Cancer rising, so maybe you have Cancer in your chart. Maybe you're associating with a Cancer. This is a fast moving card. This is forward motion. This is getting the heck out of Dodge, right? Oh goodness. So Chariot, this is a card of moving in a direction. It's also about challenge. I'm sorry, not challenge. It's also about moving through whatever is challenging us to victory. And it's speed, it's action, it's determination. It's you've made a decision and now you're actually moving toward it and moving toward it very quickly. It's success, it's traveling. It's also control and willpower and confidence. So this is you deciding what you want, seeing what lessons are there, honoring that like maybe the exchange hasn't been the way that it needs to be, but you're fixing that and you're moving exactly toward what you need, whether that's you're making a decision, whether that's getting rid of a connection, leaving a connection, or allowing the connection to blossom because it does have a lot of potential. I want to see what else comes up out of the tarot for Libra. What else does Libra need to know? So the Chariot, moving and shaking. Okay, we had one flip over. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. Okay, that's a slow guy. That's the slow guy in the deck. So this is slow moving energy, and this is about practicality. It's about patience. It's about planning. It's about stability, but it is an offer. Like it's diligence, it's hard work, it's determination again. So determination, it's also steadfastness. So like moving with confidence, very deliberately, making sure that you have material security, safety, being very pragmatic, but it's also like expansion, right? So expansion through yourself. There's movement here, Libra. You're going to be making moves. You're going to be making moves, Libra. October's bringing you the energy of like completely rearranging everything for you. Destiny unfolding. I'm surprised we didn't get the Destiny card, the wheel. And making sure you're moving forward with stability, sensibility, pragmatism, moving with confidence, determination, moving quickly toward what you want. Like you've made up your mind, you're moving quickly. Holy shit, what a reading. Oh my gosh. Sorry for my language. I'm going to pull, like in case some of you are in relationship, I'm going to pull a couple of cards from, I have this Twin Flame Journey Oracle deck, which has imagery and just usually one or two words on the card. So what does Libra need to know about October? Does Libra need to know about October? Okay, we've got Muse. So you're actually dreaming, you're being inspired into creativity. Some of you may actually have a muse that you that's inspiring you, someone you're daydreaming about, somebody that has really lit a fire under you. What else does Libra need to know? So this is a really creative time. You're dreaming up your future here. Okay, we've got conclusion. Okay, coming to the end of something. Ooh, we've got third party. So some of you may be moving from one thing to another because you've met someone or something has come up that has given you a different offer. This could be a job situation too. And then making a commitment to yourself, another person. I'm reading for two different groups of Libras here, I can tell already. So some of you are in something that's very, very good, and you're going to level up based on the work that you do together and working through those patterns. Some of you are leaving, coming to a conclusion, and moving into something very, very different because you've dreamed it up. Oh, Libra, I love you all. Oh my gosh, what a reading. You're going to have to let me know how this resonates in the comments. I love doing this stuff, so this thrills me. And I'm going to pull one more card for you, Libra. I am strong. You got this. What a month. My goodness, Libra. Let me know how this resonates for you. I will talk to you very soon. Happy birthday month.